What up, people? Pushing While Black here, and this is another installment of our weekly NBA show. I am joined with Anthony Joslin. He is the sole proprietor of Push 101, aka the Pushcast, and he is my weekly contributor to these. Ant, how are you doing, sir?
Hey man, I'm doing great. Just ready for a couple big games in the college football arena, and just ready to get this podcast going, man.
All right. So couple games that three games that I actually got to see, kind of sporadically. I got to see the Thursday night game. Yesterday I got to see the Mavericks in Cleveland. I got to see the Mavericks get lit up by Cleveland. They lost by 40.
Man.
Didn't get a chance to turn on the Timberwolves and the Suns. Didn't get a chance to watch that whole game. Also didn't get a chance to see I was gonna check out the Houston and Sacramento game, but I didn't get a chance to. Kind of fell asleep on that game.
No worries, man.
So you
by the way, ladies and gentlemen, none of these podcasts would be possible without the hard and diligent work of Mr. Christian Dean. He's our producer extraordinaire, and he has several other vehicles, minus myself, that are coming out to you soon. He's going to be interviewing a lot of great people. The cat is crazy. He'll interview anybody. I heard in one pre-production meeting he's trying to get the porn star to President Obama on the next several podcasts.
How you put that out there, man.
Just look out for it. It's a lot of content coming, and the guy is a great producer. He has several other vehicles that he's working on, and he's been a great help to me. So, guys, just look out for it and support all of them. It's something, with the podcast that we do, we really plan to, have something for everybody. So just check us out.
I do a football show, or I try to do a football show every week or every 2 weeks, depending on my other co-host. I'm also, to his point, I'm also trying to interview as many people as I can. I just interviewed Leroy Moore. He's a disabled activist. He's also co-founder of Crip Hop Nation. That's with a K. So he's on his way to South Africa because they're going to do an advocacy tour. But yeah, man.
So you want me to start us off?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, mark the date. What's the date today, Christian?
The date is the 26th, sir.
The 26th of November 2016. What time is it, Christian?
It is exactly 10:38, sir.
Okay, 10:38. Remember this, I told you. Golden State is going to win the next 3 titles.
Dang, Anthony. That's a little...
Remember this when I tell you this. Because what they've been doing is just working out the defensive rotations. They actually have a chart.
Dude, Ant.
Yes.
Okay. I can hear you now. Go.
They really are sticking to the credo of who's ever hot gets the points. Over their last 4 games, they've had Uh, they've had three different leading scorers. So they're sticking to the game plan and they're getting their defensive intensity up and they're trying to straighten out their bench rotation. They're coming. And their bench is going to be better next year because people that want to win titles are going to come there for the league minimum. And the cap is supposed to go up again a little bit, so hopefully they'll have more talent. But I wanted to take some time and get my stats together. So I'm going to try to do that on the fly during this podcast. But another bright spot in the league is the Greek Freak. So far, he's gotten a couple of triple doubles this week alone. Then I wanted to speak specifically to Russell Westbrook, and that'll be, I guess, my thoughts at the end.
Okay. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be the thought at the end. It just sort of.
No, it's the only thing that I had prepared for the thought at the end, so it's got to be the thought at the end.
Okay. So I actually got a chance to see some of the New York Knicks and Charlotte game. Melo dropped 35 and hits the game winner in OT. You were kind of mentioning last night that they're kind of using, because you saw more of that. I was kind of focused on the Dallas and Cleveland game. So,
Right.
So you were kind of saying that they're using Jennings more, which
They're using Jennings more, and to be honest, what's the name came in and made a crucial block. I mean, I've never seen Rose play straight up defense. He blocked the shot that preceded the game winner, and it was good. All three stars contributed to the victory. The Knicks are one player away
from being a playoff contender or from being a title contender.
now from being seriously contending in the East. Let's not get crazy, man.
Well, when I say title contender, because it's basically, can you beat Cleveland?
Right.
Can
Which they cannot.
Right. So I agree with you on that. Like, after the beating that I saw Cleveland give Dallas, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a long season for the league, because it just seems like, and the 30 points that Kevin Love dropped in a quarter Thursday or Wednesday rather, that was ridiculous. And if he's engaged, Cleveland's going to have the league is going to be in a problem. I watched the Dallas Cleveland game, and it really isn't a barometer to how good or bad Dallas is. I just needed to see it, because they're 2-12 as of that game. They're now 2-13.
Oh no. Okay, I got something to ask you when we off air.
Okay, so I saw that game, and I was like, the problem with them is they're inconsistent. Harrison Barnes is inconsistent. Seth Curry, not Steph. Seth Curry is basically their point guard, their starting point guard, which to me is not a problem. Their best point guard is their bench point guard, and the name escapes me at the moment, so I'm gonna have to research. But it seems like to me they really, there's a not Darren Williams actually what is the starter, but Seth is in the rotation a lot, which he's not a true point guard. He's more of a scorer. He's not that much of a 3-point shooter, but like his brother is. but he's more of a slasher. Him being a point guard is.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think it's nepotism in the league, man? Like where people say, okay, we just need to have some of that Curry magic, so we'll sign this dude to a deal, and we know he's a bum.
Well, the answer to your question is there nepotism in the league? Because that's actually two questions. Is there nepotism in the league? Yes. You know, is the reason that the Mavericks signed him is because they think that he's going to be, close to his brother? I hope not, because they're different players.
Totally different.
Like I saw Seth in college. He's a better ball handler than Steph is, but
Seth is taller.
And Seth is a penetrator.
He just doesn't have that. He just doesn't have that. You know that dog in him. You know what I mean?
He's not. He's like Steph Curry's a killer.
Steph Curry has that dog in him. He'll kill you and he don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But Seth, he's like, hey man, my older brother's good in the league, and I can profit off this.
Well, it's not that. It's just, I mean, you're gonna get an opportunity because of what he did in Duke, and I honestly think him going to Duke from Liberty was a mistake because. And I get why he did it.
Yeah, you say this every other podcast. Yep, you say that.
Because if you look at it, Steph puts Davidson on the map. Okay, that's what he did. You get an opportunity like Seth was playing in Liberty. I get why he did it because better competition. But that was a D1 school. It was a smaller D1 school, but it's still a D1 school. You go, you play, maybe you get in the tournament, you open up some eyes. Because I just think him going to Duke exposed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it exposed him to like his warts. He's not that good of a 3-point shooter. He's more of a penetrator, which is fine. But he scores differently than his brother does. And then you find out later that Steph was a better ball handler than we all thought, and he had that little floater, saying that he's developing and he's getting better at. So
he's really finishing better around the basket than he has over the last 2 years. Yeah. That's what I'm noticing.
Whereas Seth can already do that. See what I'm saying? So I just think, but if you're expecting him to be, baby Steph Curry, that's not. They play differently. So when you have a situation like that, where I looked at the Maverick game and I was like, I don't know what they want to be. I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to be really young? And this is an organizational thing. Are they trying to be really young and they trying to be like Philly here, or are they trying to be competitive? Because the last few years of them trying to be competitive, and you mentioned something about the Mavericks too that really messed them up. It's like them trying to be competitive now it's not working. Because I think they made not necessarily mistakes, but I think they made moves in free agency and they always strike out in the free agents that they want. So they always end up getting B to C level free agents, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
And this time it hasn't. But you mentioned something, because I think I was talking to you as I was watching the game. You mentioned something about the Mavericks and one of their former players that really messed them over, and I wanted to get your retake on that.
Okay. Here's my take on this. Chandler Parsons was earmarked to take the Mavericks into the next phase. And he basically robbed Mark Cuban.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. He was injured most of his time with.
He was injured, but he could have played some. He could have played some. And let me tell you how you know that. playing too much right now
Right.
for the injury that he had
Right.
with the Mavericks. And I'm going to say this. We live in a real weird time. And these millennial kids, I'm kind of like a person.
Old man Jocelyn. Let's go.
These millennial kids kill me because he was too busy taking selfies at the W on his balcony. Didn't get right for the game. And I'm going to say this too. Everybody loves a little bit of that goodness, that femininity, that sexy, that trap, that ooh wee. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
I'm not disputing that. But I'm just saying we need to have a focus here. They pay you like $45 million. And he got most of that.
Now, did he leave on his own accord, or he left on his own accord?
No, he left on his own accord.
Okay, so that wasn't a trade or anything, was it?
He had an option and he took it.
Okay. Quiet is kept, man. When I know everybody was all happy and stuff, but I've been underwhelmed by their free agent moves, including Chandler.
Oh, yeah, of course. But you know what his strategy was. You know what Cuban was trying to do. And to be honest, it's a disservice to the great Dirk Nowitzki. And if I could I just speak to Dirk for like about 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Dirk. Hey, man. By the way, I heard your wife makes great cakes. Man, work out a deal with the Mavs and go to Golden State. That's all I'm going to say. People can say I'm biased, so what? It would be great to see.
Or go to the Bulls. Teach Nico that little fadeaway step back thing that you do so well.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, you can be.
Hey, I hear you.
You biased. I'm biased.
I don't think that you should. You're gonna be like Tony Romo. You're gonna be able to come back to Dallas and call your own job. You're gonna be able to work with the Mavs when you retire. Just come out, go to another team that's in contention, so you go out a winner.
And do it to where Cuban is appreciative, because Cuban, he has a tendency to be spiteful about certain things. Ask Jason Kidd and Jason Terry about them leaving.
Ask Avery Johnson
about them leaving.
Yeah.
So this isn't a bash Cuban fest, although that can be fun.
No, I have no problems with Cuban. I'm just being honest. I hate to see a great player toil.
Because that's exactly what he's doing. They lost by 40. You know what I'm saying? Like do you really want to sit? Because this is going to be a bad season for them. They might get. This is a lottery team. This is straight up. This is actually, And
that's what he knew he was doing. But he was trying to put a decent product. Excuse me. He was trying to put a decent product out there on the field.
On the court, Al.
Yeah, on the court. I apologize. My sports are running together. But that's the reason why they should pay us, because I'm really more of a football head than I am a basketball head at this point of the season.
We're working that out, man.
Yeah, we're working that out. It's coming. But, all that being said, man, I'd rather see you go out a winner, man, than to struggle like this.
They did have some bright spots, bro, but it was bad. And this is gonna be a bad. And what Cuban was trying, Because when you listen to him or when you listen to the brass talk about what they're trying to do, it's kind of like, well, they want to. We don't want to tank for tanking's sake. We don't. What is it? We don't want to tank for tanking's sake. We want to be competitive. Yeah, you can do that. See the Bulls, because the Bulls are competitive, and the Bulls got a bunch of basically their old man big three, which is why I want. It would be awesome if Dirk if he makes out a deal with Cuban to be like, hey man, you gotta help me out here. Like, you gotta help me out here. You gotta send me to a contender, bro. I'll come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll come back, man. But I gotta get another ring. But
Yeah.
I gotta try to get another ring. I would love to see him with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want Cleveland to get him if he does go to the East, because that just wouldn't be fair. But I would love to see him with the Bulls. You got Nico Mirotic there. You can teach Nico, how to be a consistent NBA European shooter, scorer. Teach him that little step back thing that you do. And so, because they're comparing him to Dirk Nowitzki anyway, why not have the actual article teach you the game better?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's what I saw. Cleveland looks unstoppable almost. And
yeah, I mean, like I always say in other podcasts, winning a championship gives everybody confidence. So that's what we're looking at there, but they ain't really played nobody.
I agree.
And, the East is kind of watered down. So we know where we're trying to get to. And I just hope, Golden State will have all the defensive quirks worked out. And they can run what they need to. And it'll be fine. But can I get to my
two more games that I focused on that I kind of focused on, but I didn't because I had other things to do. The Minnesota versus New Orleans game. Anthony.
Oh, that was classic. I watched that game and we didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's ironic. Can I just say this little piece and then I'll let you go? It went back to my 7-footer lineup. By the way, we play that podcast. Classic.
Yes.
Classic.
Yes. And that's also Ant's thought of the day.
Yeah.
That's basically his thought of the day for last week, and I separated it for everybody. But the whole podcast is awesome.
Yes. So, two 7-footers going up against each other, although they didn't play one-on-one that much. But Anthony Davis put on a show. And it seemed as though Carl Anthony Towns was kind of caught up in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of watching it as opposed to playing in it. But Anthony Davis put on a show.
Yeah, let's look at the.
I wish that he would just stop diving in the crowd for balls.
Yeah, that needs to stop because he's gonna hurt himself again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm looking at the box score now. He had. Let me see. I'm looking at the box score now, man, and that brother had 45 points, dude.
Yeah, 45 points. He had a good fair number of rebounds too.
45 and 10. 45 and 10 point and rebound, and then he had 3 assists.
Okay.
And then that was just Minnesota. They seem kind of, at some point they seem kind of not. I don't want to say interested, but they seem like at some point they're like, all right, we're gonna resign to the fact that they're gonna lose the game. And
Yeah.
then it was kind of like, well, we're gonna lose the game now, so there's really no reason for us to continue fighting.
Yeah.
So, and the Golden the Golden State Lakers, because they played Saturday,
Right.
and they played Saturday, and then they played again. Um, the first they played Thursday, and 47 assists, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Franchise record. All right, so we're gonna talk about the first game because I know you watched it in its entirety. All right, bro. Like, what happened? Because that was ridiculous.
It just yeah. Okay. Well, in the first meeting, it was like you know, Steph wasn't hitting his shots, and then so they play again. They basically played 3 times in the span of 2 weeks, and you could really tell that the Warriors were focused in, and they wanted to make a statement. That was it. And they punched him in the mouth, spun them around, put their shirts over their heads, punched them again, took the shirts off their heads, said, "Look at me, I'm punching you," and just punched them around.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at that score. Like the Thursday game was 149 to 106, and I was like, I know Ant watched this game, and I was, what happened?
And man, it's just, and this is how it's gonna be with the good teams with the Warriors. You play them close until they're ready to start playing defense and start shooting. And once they start shooting, it's over. And to be honest, they're working out the rim protection. JaVale McGee's coming along. By the way, he caught a crazy lob that, it left me speechless. So, and then, the good thing about it is, I think Kevin Durant is actually enjoying being a little bit of a playmaker, man.
Being a little bit of a ball handler, setting everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous, because that way, if that's a set that they're gonna run often, that way it takes the pressure off of Draymond Green, and he can straight up be a defender.
Right.
Which is scary, because if you got
Right.
JaVale McGee doing the rim protecting, and then you have Draymond guarding and basically focusing on defense. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck
with that.
Yeah.
Gonna be a tough weekend for you.
I'm saying.
Hey, I suggest you use ointment. Use ointment.
For the beating that's about to happen.
Yeah, use a lot of ointment, man.
So it looks like our finals picks for Golden State and Cleveland. It looks like that's gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Just gotta watch out for San Antonio.
That's what I was gonna ask you. You watched San Antonio. I think that was the second game that was like the second game that was on the Thursday game, I believe. You been keeping up with San Antonio? I gotta watch them.
I've been watching a little bit of them. They look pretty nice.
Okay, because you already know my feelings about the Clippers. They're not real at all. I don't care what their record says. But the Spurs, they beat Charlotte on Thursday by 5. Let's see what, and they're 12-3 right now. Do you see them doing anything as far as beating Golden State at all?
Now this is Charlotte?
No, this is San Antonio.
say this.
Okay.
I think in a series, Kawhi Leonard can get them through 2 games.
Okay.
Where they might win.
Okay.
But I think in a 7-game series, what's going to happen to San Antonio is they had a 42-point quarter.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. It was weird because it was like you pop out over here, you pop out over there, and I'm just gonna pick which one I'm gonna pass it to. You can't stop that.
Yeah.
And with Stephen Curry basically taking it inside and finishing strong, he's either going to get a foul or he's going to make the shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you really, but what I'm impressed with, we did a podcast 2 weeks ago and we were talking about what was going to be their flaw.
Yeah.
They're working on their defensive rotations. And JaVale McGee coming along as the rim protector is going to be key. So, as he comes along, it's only going to get better and better.
Cool, man.
So I think in a series, the Clippers and San Antonio, the best they could do is get 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And the Clippers might get swept. Because it all depends on how they come in. If they come in bitching and moaning about the refs and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
it's going to be... And then the Clippers and Kevin Durant, they like mentally destroying. No, the Warriors and Kevin Durant, they like destroying the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to come in fully focused. And it's so many storylines in that series.
Mm-hmm.
From what's the name and State Farm and then Kevin Durant and what's his name? Dude from Oklahoma, Blake Griffin. It's so they really don't like each other.
Uh-huh.
So that's what it's gonna be.
One Mavericks point before you go to your thought about Russell Westbrook. Nicholas Brasino is the point guard that I saw that game where I think he needs to be starting. I think with Dallas being riddled with injuries, really, I think that's a piece. I like that piece. He's a young guy. He has experience playing overseas. He's an international player that they found, and he needs to be starting, or he needs to be in the rotation more. He shouldn't be, because to me, like, I don't. And he's not really a scorer, but he had 5 assists in the time he was playing. He played he played 15 minutes, got 5 assists, got 4 rebounds. Didn't really score that much, but he only had 2 points. But I really liked what I saw from him, and I think in starting minutes, like if you take Darren Witt, or in a better rotation, like right now, Seth Curry's it seems like they're running him like off the bench, and he's like their 6th man. Swap that out with Nicholas, and I think the Mavericks. I'm not saying that's a game changer, but I think you got something there.
Okay.
So, anyway, man, you had a Russell Westbrook thought that you wanted.
I wish we had some good soft music for me to play over this little part, but Russell, this is Anthony talking to you. I know you're having fun, with your tight pants and weird clothes. being the man, you know. But this is the reason why KD left you. I know you don't want to admit it. And you're a Scorpio, so your ego is pretty huge. But you lay in bed at night and wonder what your mistake was. You're proving your mistake. You're not going to be able to hold up to, you had 6 triple doubles in the last 2 weeks. The only reason why you can get that is because you take unlimited shots. Now, what you have to really ask yourself, is it about my ego or is it about winning? Because in the end, doing things by yourself only really works. And it don't really work well with these 2 things. Beating off and dying. Now, if both those things are exponentially better if you have somebody to help you. My name is Anthony Johnson. My name is Anthony Johnson, and I approve this message. Can I close it out, Christian?
Yes, you can.
Hey, this has been Pushing While Black, a special, the NBA Weekly podcast. Look out for the Push 101 and the Pushcast. More content coming. And remember, Russell, only 2 things are cool by yourself. And even those things are better when you have somebody to watch.
Oh, pushing while blackout. I'm done. That's it.